live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it. Devaney Center after opening night. It is the Wrestling post-match show. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Is the sort want to be a you got something to say? If you're at the arena and you want to check in, please do so. It is a special night. The unwrapping and unveiling of this version of Nebraska wrestling. Mark Manning and crew putting on quite the show. Next to me, the national champ, the national champion, Ridge Lovett. Sir, it's a pleasure to break the seal on this.
Absolutely.
Pop the cork, man. Let them know that this is the kind of coverage we want to give to Nebraska wrestling. It's what it deserves.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate the invitation, letting us in the building and to enjoy this. Okay, let's go through it. A couple of things in place. We just had somebody stop by on the way. It's that kind of night. 70 alumni in the building and the champ in the building. Huskers everywhere. This is the environment Nebraska wrestling deserves.
Absolutely.
They deserve a post-match show. They deserve a breakdown, and they deserve the coverage. Let's talk about it for the culture and the energy in the room. A little bit special.
Crowd was great. Devaney, this is about as packed as we've seen it. Even for those, big-time duels, Penn State, Iowa coming to town. First duel of the year, Army, low-ranked team, right? A lot of times, previous years, the crowd wouldn't be this full. Right, but banner unveiling, Bud Crawford in the building, Jordan Burroughs, a whole list of national champs, and it was a thing. It was awesome.
Well, you talk about banner unveiling. Let me see. There were some banners unveiled. Wait a minute. One of them was yours.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And to know that legacy has been built, your banner is going to be in this building forever.
Forever. Forever. Unless it turns down or it gets up there forever. But a lot of work at the time, a lot of dedication from a lot of people and from myself, a bunch of people. I don't even have enough time to give out all the thank yous, but everyone who was in it, you know who you are. Thank you to you guys, and immortalized. We're up there forever.
The when it was on the what makes him intro?
He does everything right. A lot of people know his story, been through tough times, and perseverance. Perseverance is the key to that story. It's a unique story, right? Going through the things that he's been through and still grinding every single day. No one on this team works as hard as he does. And, he's dedicated to his craft. He's a professional and carries himself away. And he is everything that a athlete should strive to be.
How do you go through that? Well, you go through the national championship year, all of the bumps and bruises rise up and down on that. But how do you come back and defend that? Getting there is one thing. Defending there is a whole nother beast. What's in the mindset of a national champion returning to defend his title? Because now the target's on him.
Yep. Opening night, you're trying to go out and put on a show. And this is something that me and him have talked about in the past. Once you hit that top 1, 2, 3 spot, right, that's no longer just an All-American. You're a top 3 finisher. And we've talked about it. The kids are going to try to slow the matches down. And we saw it tonight. His whole goal was don't give up bonus points, keep it close, and maybe I can sneak something at the end. Right? It makes for a bad product, and it's hard. But I've been in Trelly's situation. Trying to open the match. You're trying to score points. You're trying to do these kids' whole goal. Just don't get scored on.
Is the purpose behind the first 2 matches being military academies? Kind of tough that you're going to face. Be the top 10 wrestlers, but they're gritty, they're intelligent, they're tough, and stay to their game plan.
Absolutely. No coach. They came in with a game plan, right? Every single match, the game plan. They came in ready to go. And a lot of times like that, you think, okay, number 26 ranked team, we're going to steamroll them right through it. But in sport, it's not nothing crazy, right? You have to stand on business. You have to handle everything. Make sure your weight's cut right. You come into the match with the right mindset, come out ready to go, and you did that.
Look, there's trouble in the building.
What else?
See, hey, trouble. Listen, we have plans for you. We have plans for you. We have plans for you. Don't think, we're gonna have. We're not gonna. Talk to me about this night? 70 alumni, 2 national champions banners in the building, 2 goats in the building. What does it mean for Nebraska for you to walk in and just be a big part of this?
I think anytime you can pack the fans with fans, we have the best fans in the world, best wrestling fans. So anytime you can pack the Vanny, back, build a program what it's become. So it's awesome.
What's this headline for you? If you can tell somebody, describe it tonight, what would you tell Nebraska wrestling?
Tough, gritty, exciting. I think those are core values of the team that carry. Our guys compete hard. They wrestle with a chip on their shoulder. So I think it shows, and that's why we're back into it.
We were just talking. He has his banner up in the building forever. That's a legacy. Talk to me about this guy standing there, man, sitting there. Love it. How'd that happen?
Gamer. He's a savage. I've seen him grow from a little guy, right? So, I mean, leader for the team. He's doing RTC now. Having him here, returning if he ended up RTC is great for us as RTC, but all our college guys come to look forward to, him putting in work today. So, great role model as well.
What do you think of the personality and profile we just saw? We just saw 10. There's probably 13 or so in the space. Another legend in the spot. Mr. Green is in the building. Yeah, no, we're postman. Y'all Hall of Fame. We're in the spot, Bill. This doesn't happen every building. What is part of this? You help build this thing. What is it to Nebraska hustler and a wrestler in this program?
Special. I came from a program before I got to Nebraska. Wrestling was there, and to be at Nebraska, I'm grateful to be around a great group of men who are every day with a mission to be champions, right? I think that's from a lot of programs, so it's just a special time to be around.
Who impressed you tonight?
And looked solid. I think LJ, his first dual win as a freshman, looked great. And man, up and down the lineup, I think they all looked awesome. Brock Hardy getting the tech fall, always coming out scrapping on the feet. I think LJ was.
That you're watching your guy. You know the work that's being put around it. You have the conversations. For you, what impressed you tonight? Because you're not easily impressed. So, who made your eyes pop a little bit?
Trell did. I've been in that situation where the kids just aren't opening up. Every time they separate, kid drops down knees. Those kids are hard to score on, right? And for a guy who wants to blow open matches, wants to score points, that's kind of a tough situation to be in. But he held his head. He never really got too out there. A couple kids going for big throws, right? Sometimes that can get scary. But Charlie's an athlete, battled through that. Silas Allred got out 2 takedowns and then got to work on top, found a fall, only fall of the night. That's big. That's big, and getting that second jump start, those next couple guys going. But all in all,
look at him.
LJ,
he's
come
legit
on, baby.
now. Look at him now. Listen, first win. Can you guys remember your first win?
Oh yeah.
Where it was?
Man, I mean, my first win here.
Yeah.
Over here, wrestle. So, yeah, McKee, that was my first being on the mat at Vanny, and I remember it like it's yesterday.
Right? It's got to be special. What's going through his head? I mean, he's got the world level credential, and he sneaks in a pack of dogs, and then comes in, gets a win, and because that back end, that back end's pretty ridiculous, right? There's a lot to look forward to. Let me ask you both, because I think it's a celebration and a coronation of Mark Manning. I think it's a statement that all of this is a tribute and celebration of Mark Manning. Who is Mark Manning to you?
Man, he's like a father figure to all of us. Being away from home from our families. I mean, I've been in the Midwest for 11 years now, come from California. So he's just been like a great father figure to us, leading us not only as wrestlers, but as men at the table. Shows us what it's going to take to live in the Pakistan.
Who is he?
He's a gamer. Team, and he'll go to war for us. We've seen him do it, and when he gets fired up about one of us and he gets on us in practice, that it's coming from a place that he cares and he wants nothing but the best for us. And high standard. He holds everyone in the room to a high standard, and he keeps it right. He's intense, and he's always pushing us to get to that next step.
I find it interesting that in a year where the expectations are higher, the eyes on are wider. Everybody now has a target for Nebraska wrestling. You can't sneak up on folks anymore.
No.
What does that do in the preparation and the conversations as you would prepare, knowing that they're stalking you now? What does that change anything, or are you who you are?
I mean, you see that sign upstairs says "Pressure is a privilege," right? And so we've earned that right. Finished in second last year, and now guys are gunning for us. So just taking that pressure and absorbing it and just making sure that when we're going out there, we're stepping on dudes' necks. Like you saw that Army team was tough. They came to fight. They're not just going to lay down. So when we're fighting, we're battling out there, we got to take it to these guys.
It's an impressive thing to watch these young men. The same thing could be said for Navy and what was going on in that space. But when Army comes in, one, you pay tribute, you give honor to, and then you say, okay, we got to go nose to nose with some of America's biggest badasses.
Yeah.
And you still have a job to do. How do you go through that?
A lot of it is mental. If you can get your mind in the right place, not the same. And the goal is always to perform the way you perform in practice, right? Because everyone's a practice room national champ. Right? So being able to take that product, it's being able to approach the match in that way. Like, I worked so hard. I can't sign the poster.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
That is 100% why we're here. There he is. There he is. Come on, baby. Oh man, we appreciate you. Well done. Well done. No, it's just the first one. It's just the first one. That's all it is. There it is, baby. Yeah, AJ Ferrari with his first win in Devaney, and pretty impressive.
Good job, Bobby.
Ridge Lovett signing. So, LC's here. Liam, we were talking. So we were talking about we're trying to get some play-by-play action happening.
Oh yeah.
And I think this is a perfect place for it. A great year for it. And I'll be there's trouble.
Man.
There's trouble. Come on in here, champ.
It was awesome. The wrestling match was insane. It was awesome. We have unbelievable wrestlers. I mean, we only lost one, and that's only because he was a freshman. But he's going to be unbelievable.
Dan Whitney joins us. Ridge says he's got a singlet for you.
You know what? I wore one singlet on my honeymoon. That will never happen again.
Oh man, there's a picture somewhere. There's a picture somewhere.
I actually wore it one time to the game, and I got a cease and desist.
We're letting him know,
I'll be
man.
wearing any more singlet.
Oh my goodness, kind sir, it's always a joy and a pleasure. Oh man, good stuff around. Dan, Hilarity Cable guy, Dan Whitney.
Get her done.
Yeah, get her done, baby. This is my point. how many wrestling programs are generating this kind of buzz and this kind of attention and this kind of energy? You've got, I mean, listen, one of America's great comics, best pound for pound boxer in the world,
Greatest American
greatest
wrestler
American
of all time.
wrestler of all time, and a goat for a coach. So it's special. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to reset it because I want to go match to match, and let's give some people their flowers. Liam, you want to hang out?
Sure.
Okay,
I got time.
let's get it. Here's what we'll do. We'll reset, pay some bills, and we come back. We're going to go match for match and go put down the roster. Get up in here, baby. The Huskers have quite the night. 33-3 is the final here. We'll be right back to 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Calling all caffeinated Husker fans. Looking to boost your energy and focus? Caffeine alone won't do the trick. Enter Cranium Energy Drinks based out of Fremont, Nebraska, founded by lifelong Husker fans. Cranium is more than just caffeine. Every can has highly dosed nootropics that help boost mental clarity, paired with 150 milligrams of natural caffeine to provide smooth, long-lasting energy as well as enhanced focus. Find it at Hy-Vee Health Markets in Nebraska and Council Bluffs, as well as select gas stations and supplement stores. Or purchase online at drinkcranium.com, spelled with a Y after the I. Enter code EARLYBREAK for 10% off your order.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Fall is officially here, and Brown's Shoe Fit has just the right style and comfort your feet deserve. Stop in to see a wide selection of all your favorite brands, including Brooks, Hoka, Echo, Keen, and many more. At Brown's Shoe Fit, they take the time to measure your feet to ensure proper fit. They also have the largest selection of Uggs and Hokas in Lincoln. Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Hey guys, it's Carly from Boyd Farm Outfitters. Farmers, you need to know about Green Eye Spot Spray. With Green Eye, we replace your existing spray boom with a brand new aluminum boom equipped with camera technology that identifies and sprays only weeds and not your crop. The boom comes with 2 spray lines so you can still broadcast residual herbicide while you're spot spraying weeds that are up. Green Eye users in Nebraska are saving a ton of money on herbicides, but that's just the beginning. Learn more at BoydFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Hello, Husker fans. Stop into Zollner Ford Beatrice for all your automotive needs. Whether new or used, car, truck, crossover, SUV, or EV, we've got them. Shop our ever-changing specials at ZollnerofBeatrice.com or give us a call today and go Big Red. We are Zollner Ford Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
From the capital to castles. Starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All righty, we're back post-match at the Devaney. Nebraska put on a pretty good showing tonight against a tough Scrap Army team. We got my boy Zeke, first match out in the Devaney Center. How did it feel?
It felt great, man. There tonight, and when you're out there in the Devaney Center, outgoing, it's a fun time.
We had a couple of young bucks out there, first time out there in the limelight. You wrestled a fantastic match. Scrambled well. Overtime. Match ends 1-1. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, especially at the end of the third when we got into that funky scramble. I thought I came out with the 3, but they wiped it off. So, I just had to keep my head, stay focused, and know that walk back to that center and get my offense going and get the duck.
Right, the duck was sick. The duck was dirty, right? That's what a complete match. That's shoes. Liam's been in your shoes, getting out the limelight. First match, right? As a true freshman, you did it. Starting off at 125, right? And being that Energizer Bunny, right? The Energizer Bunny right here next to me, and it's a different feeling getting that duel started.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, being the 25-pounder, starting off first, you got to set the tone, right? You go out. You were basically the Energizer Bunny, right? How you start is how the team is going to compete. So I know when I wrestled at 125, I made sure when I'm out there, I'm going to make a fight. I was making a dog fight. Win or lose, I'm going out there to score points, and I'm going to beat this dude up.
Right, Kale Lordson, first starting in the Devaney Center against a tough opponent.
Yep.
The Army kids came to wrestle. They were well coached. They had a great game plan. And they came into every match prepared, right? So, Kale was kind of in the same situation. Going late into overtime, we have to be the aggressor there.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, you got to be able to get your offense going. And I know Kale struggled a little bit. That guy was squeezy. And when guys are squeezing on you, it's hard to move your feet, right? If you're squeezing back. So I think if he's able to start moving his hands a little better, moving his feet, those windows of opportunity will be there to get to the legs and get takedowns.
We can chalk a little bit of it maybe to a little starstruck. First time out there.
Yep. Big
crowd tonight. We had banners going up, a whole going on, right? Maybe a little first match, but he started a little slow at the Navy Classic. Rattled off 5 wins, I'm pretty sure. And, so we just got to be able to get him over that first match hump, come out ready to fight, especially if he's going to be our starter.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he's got to be able to find his offense. And I know it's something that the coaches and Mark Manning are going to work on and he's going to get better at. So just continuing to develop, getting all of our guys getting to their ties, getting to legs and scoring quick, scoring early.
133, Van D came out firing. Kind of that's kind of more what we need out of Kale at the 25 spot. Getting the duel started the right way. But Van D, during his match, kind of turned the tide a little bit, went out there firing off shots. Then once he got on top, 0-0 out of the first, put up some back points in the second, started getting it going.
As Bobby Kokesh calls it, 100% tilt.
100%
of the
tilt.
time.
Absolutely. Went out there, got his points, and little mind lapse at the end. Little mind lapse, was up 8, thought he needed to go get another takedown, gave up an escape point to lose the bonus point. But all in all, wrestled a good match. Apart from 10 seconds, the last 10 seconds, one little slip up, but wrestled a complete match, well on his feet. Kid was scrambly.
Yeah, definitely scrambly, especially like I'm saying at 25. No one coming into our house, they're going to squeeze. They want to slow the better wrestlers down. Making ground on that you've been there when you're wrestling a guy that maybe isn't on your level. They're going to try to slow you down. They're going to squeeze you. They're going to hand fight you. They're going to try to make the match close. So
41, Brock Hardy. Brock Hardy did what Brother Brick does. Went out there, was dynamic on his feet,
chocolate.
firing off shots, slick, dirty, getting to his stuff. That kid was tough too, though.
Yeah.
He was, strong kid, physical kid, was wrestling well, but one scary moment in the first period with the cradle. Little scary. Got hit in the cradle, wrestled well, vet move, got himself off the mat, back to where, Van D, what's up, baby? Good work. Good work. Good work. See you guys. So say hi. But Brock Hardy wrestled good, found his way to a turn once he got on top, kid on his back, and then, chased those bonus points. He did a couple takedowns, really opened it up on bottom, cut him, went and got those takedowns, chasing down bonus points. How big is that?
Yeah, it's huge. Savvy veteran Hardy, he knows that it might be 0-0 in the first period. It might be 0-0 in the second period. But if you continue to knock on that door, as Coach Brian Snyder says, you're going to eventually get through. So we're continuing to stack on takedowns, stack on reattacks. It pays huge.
Absolutely. Getting those bonus points, especially in a duel, it was tied. It was
Right.
3-3.
Yeah.
Right. Those bonus points giving us a little bit of a comfortable lead. Right? Going Antrell Taylor, a little murderer's row of guys. It's good stuff. And my young buck here, I got some notes for you right here. Let me hear it. Scrambles were good, forcing scrambles, right? But we need more committed attacks early on in the match. More committed attacks, right? And then once we were in overtime, right? Kept your composure. Moments getting a little big. You stayed the course. You went out and being the first one to attack in overtime. Scary things too. That takes some courage, right? And going out there, your go-tos, getting to that duck, dropping the kid off down to win the match. That the second half of your match was much better than the first half.
Yeah, definitely need
Kind
to
of
start off a little harder.
Picked up speed as you went, but you finished that match like a vet. You handled business, right? You stayed calm in the scrambles, wrestling your positions. Did well, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yes, they're just going out there just for the first time is real fun, getting the quick nerves off in the first round and just staying composed, staying focused, and trusting my coaches, and came out with the dub.
Man, good work, buddy. 157, national champ, Antrell Taylor, first home duel of the year, back in the day, and just had his banner unveiled. You know what? First period, multiple stops, kind of hard to get a rhythm going.
Yeah, it starts to ruin the momentum a little bit, especially for Antrell Taylor. When guys come to wrestle you, they want to keep it close. That's the theme, right? Guys are going to hold on to you. They're going to squeeze. And I think for Trelly, he's just got to fire it off. Get rid of that fear factor of, I might not get it. I might give up a takedown. I'm the returning national champ. I'm sure you know how that feels. Just not being afraid to go score, not being afraid to give up a takedown to get one is huge.
Absolutely. Because no one's going to beat Antrell Taylor in a one takedown match.
Yes.
They're going to have to take him down multiple times. He's too athletic, too dynamic, and a great wrestler, great wrestling IQ, just taking that next step to be willing to just go get it.
Yes, and I think he's the type of guy that thrives when it's a fight. Last year.
A bunch.
And so just like Caleb Smith, they thrive when it's a fight. So if he can just make it a gritty, tough fight every match, you'll see him start to blow up those matches a little bit more.
Absolutely. 165, LJ Aruja, coming off of a red shirt last year, we had high hopes for him, right? We had a high expectation, and he showed out, wrestling the number 16 kid in the country, fast off the bottom, getting up to his feet. And that's one of the biggest differences high school to college is being able to take that step top and bottom.
Yeah, and be able to get out. That's huge, right? Especially in the Big Ten. I mean, obviously we didn't wrestle a Big Ten opponent, but going on through the season, we're going to be wrestling teams like Iowa, Penn State. They're going to be tough on top. So being able to get to your feet and getting out quick, not giving up riding time is huge.
What's up, guys? 174, Tofi Minto.
What's up, Gus?
Minto.
What's up, Tilly?
Is a superstar. Coach Snyder's kids coming to say what's up. Tofi was wrestling well in all three positions. I'll talk to you guys later. Wrestling well in all three positions. Tough on top. Monster on his feet. Came out. Quick takedown. Fast off the bottom. Wrestled fantastic. That's all. And Silas Allred.
A dog.
Has not missed a beat. Back to it. National tournament. Back into his first
do is hard.
Downs of the first period, put him on his back, ended the match quick, got the crowd fired up, getting ready to go into those next two. And it was, again, nothing but positive notes for Silas. He's been changing some stuff, pulling some weight in his post-match meals. He was talking to me a little bit about that. Didn't want to get quite as heavy. Sometimes you'd feel a little sluggish. So making the necessary changes where he needs to, wrestled a great match.
I think he's definitely mastered his weight cut and it's starting to show.
A true professional.
Yep.
Did fantastic. Cam McDaniel on a bunch of shots, just couldn't quite get enough to get the takedown. Lots of little scrambly stalemate positions. But that's another kid who's just a fighter.
He's just a fighter. And I think the theme of the night that we've seen, we were struggling a little finish on and a ton on finishing on the edge, finishing when we get excited from. Definitely make ground on that.
Absolutely. But he stayed the course, got that late takedown, put himself in a position to win the match, got some stalling points, wrestled great. And then the most anticipated Husker of the night, the big red Ferrari came rolling through. And, he's kind of in the same boat as Antrell a little bit. These kids they don't want to really engage with him. They're going to be trying to just hold him off, keep it close, steal it at the end. But he wrestled like a vet.
He did. Yeah, he wrestled smart. He kept the pressure on the edge of the cylinder. Forced that guy to make a bad mistake, take a bad attack, and then he ran the corner and scored.
Mm-hmm. He's too fast, too athletic for these guys. So maybe a little bit of strategy change. Not going to be able to just blow these guys off their feet like the 97.
To get angles. Angles, start to push on their head, get to fire off the dough. I think he'll be good.
He wrestled like a Husker.
He wrestled like a Husker.
I was happy with the way he did. And all in all, great duel by the team, well-rounded effort. And, I have little critiques, technique stuff, match strategy stuff, but all in all, great effort, great product. They did a really good job tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's going to help us roll into national duels, which is next weekend.
National
we
duels.
got to fire it up for that.
Heck yeah.
That's
well, all right.
sick.
With that, we'll send you guys to break. Ridge Lovett, Liam Cronin in the Devaney Center post-match Husker Wrestling.
Let's go.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
JVD. What's up, dog?
All right. We are back. 93.7 The Ticket. Bridge love it. The champ is here. Come on. Jordan Burroughs, the champ, the GOAT, is in the building. JV.
What's good?
What's up, baby?
What's popping?
Huskers, first home duel of the season. Banner unveiling, alumni night, military appreciation night. Thoughts?
It was a big night for you, bro.
It was.
You know, one of the cool things about achieving your goals here is that you become iconic for a lifetime. Your banner will literally hang until the end of time. As long as the Devaney Center stands, you'll be within it. And you've earned that right. So it was cool. It was cool to see you guys achieve your goals. I mean, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
Right? Since 2011 is a 14-year drought, and you and Trelly did it within a half hour of each other. It was special.
It was
Cool
cool. Philadelphia was a fantastic experience. National tournament was great. And, you know, some of the guys, you know, you can see still knocking a little bit of that rust off. Some of the young bucks stepping up.
Yep.
Some of them falling just a little short. But that's stuff that, you know, is going to progress through the season. And Nikade Zinkin, overtime win.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you realize how difficult it is to just get a victory on this stage as a true freshman, right? Army is a team known for its conditioning and its strength, but also really just being pesky, right? Being able to get into positions and mix it up with guys and break them down emotionally and then being able to secure victories late. And I thought he showed great poise on a big stage for such a young man. You know, there's not a lot of people who win in their debut on the big stage with the lights on, with a packed arena. Like, he looks like he was very comfortable there, like cozy. He belongs there. I gotta feel. I know Chance is coming back second semester, but I think Nikade is going to be a really solid performer for the Huskers for years to come.
Absolutely. I feel like 49 is in a good spot now that I'm out and seeing him progress through that first tournament, dropped a tough match, wrestled well through the backside, then coming out, getting his win in his Devaney debut in overtime.
Crazy.
You know, being the one to go out and be the aggressor, take the first action, take that first shot is a big deal.
I lost my first match as a true freshman. Did you win your first duel? Bro, I'm telling you, like it's harder than it looks. It's harder than it seems. Brock Hardy lost his first match. Ridge Lovett lost his first college varsity match. I lost my first college duel. Like I lost my very first college duel, and I remember just how difficult it was to go get on the board. It took me a while. It took me a couple of weeks. It took some time, and so, you know, I'm sure he came into here expecting the red shirt. He's like, all right, Chance Lamer. He's been around the block. He's a couple of time national qualifier. He's been a highly seeded guy at the NCAA tournament. Someone that I'm going to have to potentially compete with, but I mostly can learn from, right? I'm just going to kind of wait my turn. Ridge Lovett just graduated. Chance will fill this role, and then I'll redshirt, and then I'll come out and get an opportunity to perform maybe a year or two down the line. But he looks like he's ready right now.
He wrestled well, especially as the match went on, kind of picking up pace. You can settling in. This is regular again. It's just wrestling.
Yeah. It was a good performance, man. I think one of the most impressive things for me of the evening was just the size of the crowd. But like I know Manning used to talk about this a lot. Is like people are waiting for you to win. They want to follow the winners, and it took some time for us to really establish ourselves nationally, where people recognize and we became visible of what you guys were doing internally. So it's like the old quote, it takes a lifetime to become an overnight celebrity. So lifetime worth of work, building the foundation, putting these guys in positions to win. We were just coming up short at the NCAA tournament, and this was the final time that it really like exploded. Everything went well. We got our hands raised. We had 2 NCAA champions. The crowd in the world recognized what you guys were doing here, and now they're showing up. Match 1 against West Point. It was a packed arena. That's pretty cool.
And that's a tough thing to do. Like you were saying, years past, this duel, the crowd wouldn't have looked like that.
Yeah.
Right. But I could have said it better myself. The people, they want to follow the winners. That's why volleyball sells this thing out every year.
Yeah.
Right. Football, with the passes they've had, they're waiting. They're eager for that jump back into that national spotlight. And the stuff that Coach Manning's been doing all offseason, getting these guys ready, you know, it was a pretty good showcase of their skills tonight.
Yeah, it was cool, man. The chemistry here is real. Just being in the wrestling room for the last 12 hours, spending time upstairs, seeing the guys come in, work out, all the alumni, shaking hands with one another, being engaged with me, like that's special. There's a bond here that it's really hard to break. The second you walk through these hallways, you become a Husker for life. And so everyone that, you know, came in through the day, there's a synergy there. They know exactly what it takes to get to this level and achieve greatness. And so I think it's nice to kind of see them come in and make an ode to this next generation of champions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ridge Lovett, the champ, the GOAT, the best to ever do it.
Thanks, bro.
Jordan Burroughs. This was 93.7 The Ticket. Husker Wrestling post-match. Thank you, guys.
That card. Find my insurance card.
Dude, what do you have in this glove box? Ew, are these socks dirty?
Forget about the socks. I need my insurance card.
Just pull it up on the State Farm mobile app.
But I can do that? Oh, hey, I can do that.
Yep, it's called service.
I can file a claim on here too?
Yeah, it's called service.
Whoa, I can call my agent too?
It's called service.
Call your local State Farm agent, Vinny Krikak, today at 402-474-1173.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com. Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Devaney Center here following a 33-3 dominating Nebraska wrestling victory over 23rd ranked number 2 Huskers, still undefeated here. Nick Center alongside the national of it, joined by Coach Manning a little bit. Ridge on the line for a couple more minutes as well. I got to put you under the microscope here, Ridge, because I sat down, you asked, all right, first ever duel, it was for me in person, and I told DP during it, I said, okay, these dudes are different. Like they're legit. Just walk us through for the casual eye what a day training or match day looks like for you guys. Like what for a lot of these guys that succeeded tonight, right? What did this morning throughout the course of the day, what did it look like for these guys?
Yeah, so 6 p.m. dual start means 4 p.m. weigh-in. You get 2 hours between weigh-in and match one. So early morning, 8, 9, 10 a.m., whatever time these guys feel they ready to get up, get in here, get to the Devaney Center, get in, check your weight, see where you're at, maybe take that opportunity to get some of that weight off right early in the day. So maybe you can grab something to eat, swing by training table, get some fuel in. But long day, whole day is waiting for your chance for 7 minutes.
That's what's crazy is there's so much, and I kept going back to that in my mind of there's so much preparation for such a short duel, like a short bout in all seriousness, because also if you dominate right off the bat, I mean, there's a chance it even goes less than, right?
Silas Allred wrestled for a minute and a half.
I mean, it's crazy. And we'll get into the details of a couple of individuals that wrestled tonight, but like, I just sat there and I thought to myself, like, there's so much, and through wrestle-offs and through all of the training, I'm sure there's film that goes into it as well of understanding techniques, not only of yourself, but of the opponent that you're facing that night for such a short amount of time. But so much can come out of it.
Absolutely.
I think that it's really interesting. And as always, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, open for you guys. Nick Sainert, Ridge Lovett, DP sitting us alongside as well as Devaney started to kind of clear out. So we know pre-match what you do. What are these guys doing now? Because you guys are full. I mean, you're right in the season of it. So walk us through after you would have been victorious. What's next? What's on the docket for after the match?
Yeah. Well, if I felt that I wrestled well, if I went out there and got a pin, I'm getting a Dr. Pepper with them. I'm going to have myself a soda.
All right. Because are you worried about weight right after this? Because in your guys' craft, you can shed and you can put on in the blink of an eye, right? Because you got it down to a science, especially at a place like Nebraska, I would assume, where they have so many helpful tools and helpful facilities, obviously, for you guys. So, I mean, that night of the match, after it's all said and done for like these guys tonight, where you guys won't go again until next Friday, are you concerned about weight tonight?
Tonight is the night that you take care of business.
Gotcha.
Right? Because you got sucked down to weight, right? Your body's dehydrated a little bit. You're hungry a little bit. So you want to go out and gorge yourself.
Sure.
And that's when you start getting that roller coaster. We try to avoid that and just like slow sloping weights.
Gotcha.
And so tonight, a lot of the guys, once they're off the mat, they're in the back, cooling down, running sprints. The guys that have trouble keeping their weight down might hop on an Aerodyne bike, go for another 10 minutes.
Wow.
Right. Then little bites to eat, refuel a little bit to a point that you feel okay.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to go overboard because waking up in the morning 15 pounds over, that's not where you want to be. Right. Stay in that 5% range. That's where we try to live. So being disciplined tonight, because we nothing else to do but go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
nothing else purposeful
than
to do than to go to sleep, right?
Exactly. So taking care of business right after the match is big.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that I had to figure out when I was cutting a bunch of weight my freshman year. After the duel, I'm Gatorades, waters, food, sneaking stuff, trying to, because I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, but all I have to do is go home to go to sleep. So being a professional and handling business right after the duel is really big.
I find it interesting. Walk us through then when there was a moment of, oh no, I screwed up. Like as you work on, and you can walk us through what it's like to, number one, be a collegiate athlete, but then also like the training wheels are off, right? Like this is your responsibility to take care of your body, your mindset. There's a lot of people that will be here to help you, but also not on your own, but necessarily it's your responsibility. There's a lot more responsibility, I'm sure, going from high school wrestling to then college wrestling.
Right, exactly. It's being a professional. We talk about it a lot. Be a professional with your weight cut, your diet, your lifestyle, school, and then wrestling, right? And if you handle all that other stuff, the wrestling part becomes easy.
Yeah.
Right. My mom and pa, 1,500 miles away. They weren't waking me up. It's on you.
Yeah.
And once you get here, sometimes you have to have that oh crap moment. Like I messed up, to really kind of bring yourself back to level and know like this is on me now.
Yeah.
Right. Because we are expected to win. Coach Manning is expected to win. If you're not winning, you're gone.
It's a results-driven business.
100%. So
what was that moment then for you? Because I'm sure every single wrestler up there in that locker room has had it, right? Every collegiate athlete has had it. We talk about in NFL or professional sports, the welcome to the moment, right? So what was that for you? Because I'm sure now 5 years removed from your freshman year or 4.5, whatever you want to call it, it still sticks with you.
Absolutely. It was the last match I lost in the Devaney Center. Oregon State, early January, first duel right after Christmas. I was 26 pounds over, 6 days out, right? You can't let that happen. You have to be a professional, right? I went home. Coaches aren't here. No one's watching me. I can eat pie. I can eat this. I can eat this. Came back. Hey, you want to go to the dorm? Yeah, let's go to the dorm dining hall. We don't need TT tonight. We can go over here and eat because there's no nutritionist here. My teammates aren't here. I can go in here and no one's going to watch what I eat, right? And it's just those little moments of, you know what, I really don't care. I'll deal about it later. That it comes back to bite you.
Yeah.
Now I wrestled terrible. It was a terrible performance by myself, and Coach Snyder called me.
Sure.
Get control of your weight. Like if you said that you were going to be the guy, be the guy. Be a professional. Do it the right way. You know how to do it. You know the path to victory. Don't stray from it and do your own thing.
I think there's also something to be said about there's no hiding it either, right? Like everybody knows
the scale does not lie.
The scale does not lie, and then also facing your teammates if you don't uphold your standard, because as a leader or as somebody that's developing themselves into a leader, how can they get up there in that locker room and then say, "Hey, I expect you guys to do all this, but for me, hey, I can I can be a little more lenient on what's expected."
100%. And that's a battle you have to fight, especially like if you're in Brock Hardy, Antrell Taylor, those guys who have found success. You feel comfortable. Like maybe I can take a shortcut here, here. And the special thing about our team is that everybody holds everybody accountable.
Yeah.
No one's hiding away. You're not going to slip under the radar. We are a team. We act as a team, and we hold each other accountable, and that's a big part of that.
Once again, 402-464-5685. You can always tune into the programs on the FM dial, the mobile app, wherever you may be. That thing works everywhere. So if you're driving home from the duel right now, we encourage you to text us and let us know that you are. Give us your thoughts on it, on Nebraska's 33-3 victory over 23rd ranked the Army. I find it fascinating, just so much is made of the fan base at Nebraska, right? And I told you, I'm embarrassed to admit it, that this was my first in-person duel that I've attended. It will not be my last, by all means. You can feel the expectation and the standard when you just walk in here. Like DP and I got here 5:30 or so, and there's obviously the current wrestlers are up doing their thing, getting ready for the duel, but there is a massive hall of alumni. Now yourself included in that. That is star-studded, names from top to bottom. You can feel the expectation ooze from like when you walk in the building. As somebody that is now transitioning, and I'm sure still going through this process of like not being a wrestler at Nebraska, but now being alumni, still valuable to the program. What goes through your mind when you just look at, and you get to talk on a nightly basis, on every night that you have duels, the alumni connection that this program has with its former wrestlers? What goes through your mind?
It's awesome to be a part of this group of men who paved the way for us.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of work, a lot of blood.
Because it's one thing to say it, right? Like a lot of programs, not even just Nebraska, a lot of programs will be like, oh yeah, we got to honor the past. We got to respect tradition. These guys are the ones that laid the foundation for us. But then you get behind closed doors and it doesn't really act like it.
You know, they left a standard. And that is the biggest thing that they gave to us, is a standard of not only winning, but doing it the right way, right? It says it up there on the wall, pressure is a privilege, right? The pressure of being the number 2 team in the country, the pressure of having national champs in the room, world champs up on the wall, the greatest American wrestler to have ever competed, being an alumni from here. There is a standard, and that is the best gift that they could have given us.
I joked with DP beforehand as I got to meet Jordan Burroughs for the first time tonight. How do you say no? Like, if talk about a recruiting tool, right? And when it's all said and done, how do you tell the best ever no? Like, and how can you look at the wall of decorations and decorated wrestlers and say, yeah, this place isn't a place where I can get better? Like, how I don't see an avenue to where you say no.
There's no way, especially if you could spend a week, 2 weeks in here and see the daily commitment that these guys have to themselves and to each other.
Yeah.
Showing up every day, ready to give their best effort, walking in the wrestling room. And all the time I say, Mark Manning has never been to a practice that he did not want to be at. There's energy from the coaching staff. There's energy from the athletes. There's heart and souls poured in to the athletic pro all the way through training table, the academics. Everybody pours their heart and souls into us. So it's a hard place to fail.
I'll ask you this before we get to break. When we came here for the wrestle-offs a couple of weeks ago, one of the biggest things that I noticed that might not ever be talked about, because we don't get to see practices a whole lot and warm-ups, is that it's all player-led. Every moment is player-led. You don't have a coach out there blowing a whistle and signaling for the next group to start going, right? It is player-led, and Brock Hardy was at the center of it all. How do you get a program to be at that point? Obviously, it starts at the top with the head coach and the coaching staff, the belief and the buy-in of the athletes. But to really allow for Coach Manning to sit back and go, I don't need to be out there for the first 15 minutes of practice because I know my guys got it. I know my leaders got it. How did Nebraska get to that?
It is that being a professional, and Coach Snyder preaches about it a lot, and it's being in charge of your own development, right? This is an individual sport.
Yeah.
We're not directly working together at the same time we are, right? You are in charge of your own development. If you want to be successful, there are steps that you can take on your own to do that. And right, today was a busy day. A couple hundred high school coaches from all over the state in here. I led a clinic. Bobby Kokesh led a clinic. Manning was all over the place. Snyder was handling stuff. Greasy was shaking hands, right? A whole bunch of stuff was going on, but the guys on the team are dialed. They know that there's business to be handled.
Yeah.
And they are professionals, and they displayed that tonight. They
took care of it. It was an incredible spectacle to watch from afar. Really, really cool to see it all unfold. Once again, Nick Sainert alongside Ridge Lovett. Let's go ahead and step aside. It's the first ever Nebraska Wrestling post-match show. I think I can speak for everyone here. It will not be the last, as we are here at the Devaney Sports Center following Nebraska's win against 23rd ranked Army. They go to national duels down in Tulsa next weekend. I'm sure throughout the course of the next 30 minutes or so, we will preview that and get you guys ready on what some of the guys can maybe do better as you look at the duels going into next. Coach Mark will join us here in just a few minutes as well to recap tonight's win against Army. I also want to ask individual performances, because there's a lot here to where there was some impressive performances. Guys got their first wins at Devaney. That was really, really cool to see. So much more to get to throughout the next half hour or so here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We'll step aside.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Calling all caffeinated Husker fans. Looking to boost your energy and focus? Caffeine alone won't do the trick. Enter Cranium Energy Drinks based out of Fremont, Nebraska, founded by lifelong Husker fans. Cranium is more than just caffeine. Every can has highly dosed nootropics that help boost mental clarity, paired with 150 milligrams of natural caffeine to provide smooth, long-lasting energy as well as enhanced focus. Find it at Hy-Vee Health Markets in Nebraska and Council Bluffs, as well as select gas stations and supplement stores. Or purchase online at drinkcranium.com, spelled with a Y after the I. Enter code EARLYBREAK for 10% off your order.
From the capital to Castles, starting this December, fly nonstop from Lincoln to Orlando with service from Breeze Airways. That's right, nonstop flights to Orlando out of LNK are starting this December. You're now just a flight away from Disney World, Universal Studios, Legoland, and the Space Coast. Stretch out and relax on Breeze with complimentary family seating. Book your magical getaway now at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Bench the other guys and team up with the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of the Huskers. Go Gig Red. Visit allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That is right. It's the Nebraska Wrestling Post-Match Show here live from the Devaney Center here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Appreciate you guys tuning in wherever you may be on the FM dial, on the mobile app, at theticketfm.com, or on the live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or X nowadays, and Allo Cable Channel 961. All places for you guys to get in touch with the show as Nick Sainert, Ridge Lovett, and DP alongside here following Nebraska's win over 23rd ranked Army here on a Friday night at the Devaney. The home opener, a lot of champions, yourself included, were crowned. I know you were already asked about it, but I'm going to ask you the same question and have you explain it again because it deserves to be explained again. Walk us through what went through your mind when you saw the banner get stuck for a moment, but then finally rushed off, right? And your picture's up there. Etched forever.
Forever. It's crazy to think about.
I know, right, man?
Once I'm dead, buried, people, new Huskers, all that, I'm still going to be up there, which is really a crazy thing to think about. A lot of work went into that. A lot of time went into it. Like we were just talking about my dad, first coach. Started wrestling when I was 2.5, 3. When I wasn't big enough to wrestle with teammates, so he would hold up a teddy bear and have me practice moves on it.
Wow.
Right. A lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, dragging me all over the country to these different tournaments, getting me to where I needed to be, finding the coaches that I needed to get in front of, and, just putting me, always doing his best to put me in a spot to succeed. And then all the people that he put me in front of, pouring everything that they had into me to see me reach my goals.
We just talked about the welcome to the college wrestling moment last segment, and I love to hear the adverse stories, where you ran into adversity. Was there ever a moment where you were like, yeah, you know what, this isn't worth it? Did you ever have that?
No, I don't think I had a moment where this wasn't worth it, because I'm super competitive. You'll be hard pressed to find someone who's more competitive than me in anything. It could be Jeopardy in class.
Yeah.
If I'm doing it, I'm playing to win.
Yeah.
Right. So it was always just, the thrill of being the man in the arena was more than enough to keep me going.
Yeah. Okay. Then let me rephrase the same question. Any regret? Do you wish you would have done something differently?
Yeah, there's different matches where I went, like national semifinals a couple years ago is an easy one. But, like when I think back on it, I don't know if I would change that decision. I put myself where I thought that I had the best chance to win. And the only ones I have would be matches when I look back and I know that I didn't try as hard as I could. Right? Was okay. You know what? I wrestled a pretty good match. It was tight. I did a pretty good job. And then I came up short. Those are the ones that I wish I could get back, where I could go back and tell myself before that match, like, do not leave anything out there. Don't let this kid breathe. Don't give him a chance. You're better. You're the best. Go be amazing and do the thing that you do best and give it your all.
Each duel, each night here at Devaney is a chance to increase the wrestling fan number, right? And increase younger most of the time, but even myself included now is part of this, of giving them a reason to come back or want to come back. So to the casual fan who doesn't know enough about Nebraska wrestling, might not even understand how the point systems work, right? Might not understand the technicalities of a takedown or an escape. And I was even asking questions throughout it of why does somebody choose to start down rather than on top, right? Like little details like that. Why give Nebraska wrestling a chance?
The media team does a great job with the production, keep you entertained, especially during the breaks and stuff. But these kids pour their hearts and souls, and nobody gives more to their craft, to their sport, than wrestlers do, right? And a lot of times it goes without recognition, without the money. It is literally just for the glory and the thrill of winning, and to push yourself to be your absolute best, and to get to the opportunity to see kids who do so much for the sport that they love and get to see them do it on the big stage since they were little kids. This is what they wanted to do.
Well, and for 99% of the details are never brought to light. Like the whole weight cutting process or the training your body process, all the stuff for the casual fan, for the ones that maybe know even how it works and know the technicalities of it, they still don't see what's behind closed doors, which is 99% of it. Because we just got done talking. You can prepare all week, all month, all season for a 7-minute duel, right? 7-minute bout. And so you're sitting there going, all right, cool. Like I saw such a small sample size of it, But in reality, for you guys that are on the stage, there is so much more behind the curtain. And so for Husker fans of just somebody that wants to support Husker athletics, it's important to truly enjoy the 7 minutes of each wrestler that you see, but also with an appreciation of what we don't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Just want to remind you there. If you have any questions for Ridge Lovett, national champion, if you feel free to send them in, and we'd love to get to them throughout the course of the program. Let's go through some of the individual performances tonight, because there were some where guys have changed weight classes from last season. There's also new wrestlers. There's guys that got their first wins. There's transfer additions that have been brought in and quickly, whether because they've wanted to or because they've had to, have absorbed to the standards of Nebraska, right? Give us your most valuable match tonight. Not only the most impressive performance, but what a win tonight did for that wrestler and why.
The one that I think, right, we had him on the show a little bit earlier, is Nikade Zinkin.
Yeah.
Right. We were talking about with JB. He's coming in expecting the red shirt. You're not expecting to be out there. Maybe get out there in some duels. You get 5 dates, hit some tournaments.
I was going to say, so talk that for fans that don't know. Is there a limit of matches that you can play in that you preserve your red shirt?
Yeah, so you get to wear the Nebraska N in 5 dates.
Gotcha.
So whether it's a tournament, right? Navy Classic, that was a date. Tonight, that was a date.
Gotcha.
Right? In the first semester, you get those 5. And then you're allowed to go to open tournaments, pay your way, drive yourself. No Nebraska singlet where you have to wear something different.
Wow.
So, right, there's some stuff that goes into that. So coming into college, expecting the red shirt, expecting to kind of be sidelined, just focusing, working on getting better, and kind of, being thrown out there. Sometimes, it feels a little bit like you're getting fed to the wolves. You're wrestling it's Division I wrestling. Every single kid is good, right? And a lot of times people kind of get lost on that. Like, this is the number 2 team in the country. We should crush everybody. But this is Division I wrestling. They're from our team and from their team. There was a bunch of state champs out there tonight.
Yeah.
These kids were the best kids in their wrestling room. And now they're on the biggest stage doing what they do best. So Nikade Zinkin, coming out there and doing his thing. Little tentative at first, right? First home duel, wearing the N, big crowd. Bud Crawford, Jordan Burroughs, 7 other NCAA champs in attendance with all the alumni, and now you have to go fill those shoes.
It's that standard we talked about, right?
Absolutely.
Like a year ago, he's wrestling on the high school stage, which can be big, right? For an 18 or 17-year-old wrestler at the time. But now, less than a calendar year later, here he is wrestling in front of the best, has an opportunity to learn from the best. There's a lot of outside pressure and outside noise, in addition to just standards that you're holding to yourself. And the other guy doesn't care about all that. The guy that's on the other side of that mat doesn't care who you're wrestling, because guess what? He gets a chance to wrestle in front of Jordan Burroughs and all those guys too. So I think, how do you center yourself as a young guy? How do you center yourself? Obviously, the professionalism is right at the top, right? And you've talked ad nauseum about that and the importance of it. But go a little deeper on how mentally you center yourself in the moments like that.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do, especially for a young guy filling in the shoes of a national champ.
Because is there a blueprint?
No, there's different ways to do it. Right. That's the special thing about wrestling, is that anybody can be successful. There's not one right way to do it. You can do it any countless of ways.
Sure.
Right. Antrell Taylor and Brock Hardy do not wrestle the same.
Yeah.
They do put in the same effort and the same work, though. Right. So you can chase down your own success. And
each guy's doesn't look the same. Is that what you're getting at?
Yes.
Is to where, so we could go into a gym on any given day that ends in Y, and just because Brock Hardy's doing something different than Christopher Minto, or Christopher Minto's doing something different than Ridge Lovett was, it doesn't discredit the amount of work that they're putting in. It's just wrestler specific.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really fascinating. I mean, and frankly, I'll be 100% transparent with you, Ridge. Like, I'm learning on the fly here for your guys' sport as well. And the more I learn, the more fascinated I become, just because it is an individual sport, as you mentioned, but there is some sort of a team aspect because of the standard, because of the expectation that frankly, nobody is going to sound cutthroat. Nobody cares what you're going through. Like, I do, obviously, but in terms of like growing pains in the sport, everybody understands what you're going through, but nobody's going to hold your hand through it.
Exactly.
I find it interesting. Once again, 402-464-5685. So we know, obviously, that was the most valuable. Who are you most impressed by?
LJ Aruja.
Why?
Wrestling number 16 kid in the country,
Mhm.
right? You're in that top 20 range now.
Yeah.
These kids are all national qualifiers. These are kids that you're going to wrestle in March
Mhm.
when everything counts.
Sure.
Right? Because when March comes, nobody's going to remember anything about the rest of the season. They care about Big Tens for a week. Then Nationals gets here, and
yeah.
everything else no longer matters. It's how you do there. So getting these top 20 guys, finding a way to victory.
Yeah.
Right? And he did a good job at that. Wrestled well off the bottom. You know, there was some injury stuff going on, and right, and that's tough to wrestle through too. When you come out, you're ready to wrestle, and now there's a break in the action. So now you have to just stand here and wait. Like, okay, you got to talk to your coach.
Yeah, you got to
drink
clean up the
water real
blood. Like,
quick.
can we clean this up a little quicker?
Right, it's breaking the rhythm of the
For
match.
sure.
So it's hard to keep that going. But you know, taking advantage, you get so at injury time, you get choice.
Mhm.
If I get hurt and I have to stop because I'm hurt, you get choice, top, bottom, or neutral.
Okay.
Right? He
Yeah.
went down, quick off the bottom, got up to his feet, locking hands call, got an extra point.
Yeah.
Then gave up that takedown and kept wrestling through it.
Mhm.
Right. And that's a tough thing to do. When you get taken down, oh, you look at the score, I was just winning, now I'm losing.
Yeah.
Stuff changes in an instant. And being able to push through that, find a way to win. And I got to chat with him after the match. And I told him, no notes. I think you wrestled great. You lost one scramble, gave up down.
Mhm.
But next time you wrestle that kid, I'm expecting you to blow that match open.
Yeah.
Right. I could tell you had more in the tank. And you could kind of see him getting into a groove there at the end where he was picking his shots a little bit better, finding ways to score. And he's on a very, very upward trajectory.
It's really cool to see and to see how you talk about him as well, because I'm sure as for a younger guy like that, if he hears that, it's not as much to devil in that and to be like, all right, cool, I'm here, I've arrived, right? But also, okay, it's all paying off, right? Like there's some sort of, and I'm sure the proof is in the results, right? To where it's okay, you know, whatever I'm doing on a daily basis is paying off. In terms of fighting ranked wrestlers and top 20 guys, as you just called them and referred to them as, would you rather face off against them in the beginning of the season, or would you prefer somewhat of a runway approach where a plane taking off as they kind of gradually get more and more difficult in competition?
You know, I'm 50-50 on it because I'm anywhere, anytime, run it.
Sure.
Fearless.
Yeah.
And I'll wrestle anybody who steps in front of me. But I do enjoy being able to have that top competition early in the season. So then it's every match after that. It's like, okay, I've already wrestled with some of the best.
Yeah.
Right. So now I get a chance to showcase my skills. The stuff I learned there, I get live opponents to work on that stuff on in a real match. Right. Because you wrestle live up in the wrestling room and it is live. Right. But we're careful. We're not hurting each other, stuff like that. And we're working on the same things a lot of times. Right. Especially guys close in weight that have a similar style.
Yeah.
We're working on the same stuff. So being able to have somebody who has a completely new feel, and being able to use the skills that you've been developing through the season after those tough matches, let's work here, tweak this. Now you get a chance to go display it.
Okay, so against maybe lesser opponents, I'll just use that phrase. Against lesser opponents, you have a pretty good chance to beat. Obviously, the confidence plays a factor. You feel like you can beat anybody. How do you go into that match mindset-wise, knowing, okay, this is a match where I have an opportunity to work on my craft and really kind of see where I need to get better at, maybe technically or within little details, without coasting, without sacrificing the standard, I suppose is the word to use.
Dominate. Leave no doubt. When I walk off the mat after my time out there, I want this kid to never want to wrestle me again.
Yeah.
He does not want to put his shoes on when I'm in the room. That's the thought and the feeling that I want to leave in their head when we're done. So it's 100% all gas, no brakes, go out there. I know that I already know what I need to do. I know what job needs to be done. In my head, I know what I was working on. So I'm going to go out here and I'm going to make it happen.
Because I would imagine that there's some sort of a middle ground between, all right, I need to work on my stuff, but then also I need to go out and prove that I belong and that this guy doesn't stand up toe-to-toe next to me, right? But I think that there's also some sort of a fine line there between, like I said, not coasting, but getting so engulfed in I want to work on this, that you forget what the ultimate goal is to win, right? So, all right, once again, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show. We're here for another 15, 20 minutes or so before we call it a night from the first ever Nebraska Wrestling post-match show. Nick Sainer, Ridge Lovett, DP sitting alongside. We will wrap things up live from the Devaney Center when we come back to close out the post-match show after Nebraska defeats Army, 23rd ranked Army, the number 2 Huskers, with another W here at the Devaney. We'll step aside, preview next week, and the matchups in Tulsa when we come back on the Nebraska Wrestling post-match show on 937 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party postgame show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krekak of State Farm Insurance.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Salt Mine City is your go-to brewery in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their Big Fatty 7-ounce hamburger or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Come watch the Lincoln Stars on November 7th as the Fargo Force comes to town for $5 Friday. That means $5 mezzanine tickets, $5 nachos, $5 mixed drinks, and $5 off a purchase of $20 or more. It's $5 Friday with the Lincoln Stars at the Icebox on Friday, November 7th versus the Fargo Force. Get your tickets today at lincolnstars.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. It is the Nebraska Wrestling post-match show. Nick Sainert, Ridge Lovett, alongside DP as well. And guys, I was just looking up the situation going into next week. Tulsa's the place to be next Friday and Saturday. Let's start off here. A $200,000 prize to the winning team of this 16-team bracket, I believe. There are some notable squads. Nebraska, Iowa. There's other Big Ten schools that are there as well. Michigan, Ohio State's going to be down there in Tulsa. Nebraska starts against Lehigh next weekend. Ridge, man, you want another year of eligibility?
Oh, buddy. they bread on the line, you don't want to see me.
You said it. Shout out to Paycom. But, I mean, here's the thing. You can't – all right, let's be realistic here. There's a lot of extra motivation next week in terms of money. You can't prepare differently, though.
No, everything stays the same. You approach every match the exact same.
Yeah, it's really cool. DP, thoughts on everything?
First of all, thank you, Rich. In this thing that we do, pioneers are required. Folks to go outside of themselves, to go into a space to do a thing that hasn't been done the way that it needs to be done for it to be reached, appreciated, or otherwise. To Mark Manning, to Troy Dannon, to Nebraska Wrestling, Nebraska Athletics for allowing us access to this and to come in and be able to present this to people, to shout out what Nebraska wrestling is, what collegiate wrestling is, your ability to break down and to share insight, whether it be for the lay fan, the average Joe, or the elite wrestling fan, and they exist in this space because we saw them all here tonight. To the entire roster of Husker wrestlers who absolutely made themselves available. Nick Sainert can vouch that even as they're preparing, they stopped. They gave their celebration and salutations. They took care of the fan base. They signed autographs, took pictures. To Bud Crawford for showing up, bringing his whole family, making, and again, added value to the building. Jordan Burrow, who cannot be a greater ambassador for this sport,
the best,
or this university or this community. if you crafted it by clay and by province, that's what you get. James Green, Snyder, Torvell, Manning, Bradley, the whole crew of people who go out of their way for the fans, the wrestlers, the families of the wrestlers, those wrestler adjacent people who come in the building who get treated like royalty. For Army and their regalness, for them to show up and to carry themselves in the presence of the way that they did, this is spectacular. I don't know if there's been a better wrestling night at Devaney Center with 70 Husker wrestling greats in the building, all sharing stories, all giving respect to you, to Trelly, to watch Brock Hardy just glow in the moment, to have Silas Allred, right, in the moment. You talk about on a lineup where everybody showed out, that you have to call Silas's name first. Like, Silas went out and did a thing. And I'm not sure that anybody in the lineup had anything to prove, but they all do. They all carried themselves like it didn't matter what we had done before. Didn't matter. Silas carries some luggage from last year, right? And it, like, it. And to see him just knock 2 years of age off of his face by his performance tonight. AJ Ferrari, with all of the hype and all of the attention, and he just was gritty. And you forget about the flash and the pomp and circumstance. That in a really, this is a top 15 heavyweight wrestler, and that's debut as a heavyweight. That this dude said, you know what? I'm just gonna outlast you. I'm just gonna outlast you. And then to come through here, and aside from the persona, the character, that he was humble. He was humble.
I'm very impressed.
Right?
Very impressed with him
Right.
tonight.
So to say all of this, it's just spectacular. I'm proud of the wrestling program, proud of the athletic department, proud of everybody I'm proud of the ticket. I'm proud of the ticket. Listen,
All right.
Listen. All right, say what you want to say. I'm going to say it with my chest. I'm proud of the fact that not only does Nick Sainer decide he's going to make himself available and be a part of this, right? Because not everybody is willing. You know the work, those just enough dudes, like they do just enough to get by. Nope. When the bell rings, if you're really true to this thing, you, Nick Sainer, everybody who came and sat down, everybody who stood around and watched, right, just to celebrate. This is a pioneer. This is a ceiling-shattering night that Nebraska wrestling will never be the same again. The ticket will never be the same again. And that building will never be the same again because you're going to haunt that joint. You're going to haunt that joint. Like you and Trelly up there, and then the whole runners-up, the whole team gets to say it with their chest. They walk in here and go, you know what? For one weekend and one entire season, we were as good as anybody. Well done, Nebraska. Well done across the board. It's exceptional.
Well done.
Rich, give us your final thoughts before we get out of here on the night, on what is ahead for Nebraska wrestling. What does a night like tonight continue to do and move Nebraska wrestling, and just the sport of it, as Nebraska is a North Star for all of this? What does a night like tonight do for wrestling?
It puts eyes on the guys that the eyes need to be on, right? And like I said earlier, a lot of wrestling isn't about glamour. It's not about the money. It's about me getting myself to be the best I can be and really just doing it for the glory of winning.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a big part of it. That's a big thing that pushes these guys to do what they do every day in the wrestling room, to work out when they're cutting weight, to go to classes when they haven't ate yet. Right. After maybe they got their butt kicked at practice, I have to go to class now.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back later and lift because I'm striving to be the best and to get the people in the building, the butts in the seats, the celebrities that we had here tonight. We had Tom Mater in here tonight.
That's right.
We had the governor in here tonight. We had the pound for pound king, Bud Crawford, the greatest American wrestler to ever live. there were superstars in here tonight, and to give praise to the guys that deserve it, that they bust their butts all summer long, dedicate themselves to their craft, to what they love to do. And, you know, it's really fulfilling to be able. I took a Snapchat tonight. This was my first duel ever sitting in the stands and getting to be a part of that. And just, you know, I would go over there, give them a high five, say, what's up? I had my time on the stage. I was off. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan now. Ooh, cutting off the lights on us.
They letting us know.
But to be able to see,
they didn't turn off any of the other lights anywhere else.
to be able to see the Nebraska, as AJ Ferrari say, the Nebraska gang show out and, you know, put the eyes on these guys after everything that they've done. It's fulfilling for me to see these guys get the recognition that I know that they deserve.
It means you guys did something right.
Absolutely.
Like you guys did
Props
something
to Coach
right.
Manning, been building this for a long time. And
100%.
It's happening.
Rich, send us off, my friend. Nobody can do it better than you on a night like tonight, my friend.
Man,
Send us off.
You know, banners hung up, immortalized in the Devaney. Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor, national champs, had goats in the building. The first ever Nebraska wrestling post-match show. My boys, 93.7 The Ticket. Ridge Lovett.
From the chant of Husker Power to Allo Fiber powering your home and Husker Nation, Allo is the teammate you can trust. Whether you're streaming at home with Allo Internet, watching on the go with DirecTV through Allo, or checking stats and scores on Allo Mobile, Allo keeps you in the game. Pinch the other
Sometimes
guys
good
and team
people
up with
make
the official
mistakes.
Internet,
When you
TV,
find
and
yourself
mobile
in need of an
partner
attorney,
of the Huskers.
call Liberty.
Go Gig Red. Visit Allo.